Hello, internet. It is me, Laura Gilbert. That was never gonna use that intro again, ever. Full stop, goodbye, I'm embarrassed. Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'll be going through my top 10 tips for beginner cosplayers. I get asked this question all the time on social media, so I thought I would address the entire thing in its own exclusive YouTube video. As you can see, I've got an awesome new lighting system, so the quality is super intense. Without further ado, hold on to your chairs. It's gonna get crazy. No, it's not gonna get crazy, just listen up. Tip number 1. Connect with your character. It is so important to like your character or at least be connected to it in some way. I chose Harley Quinn as my first cosplay because I was completely in love with the character. I connected with the character's storyline, connected with the character's personality, and I just absolutely loved what she was wearing on top of all of those things. The bare minimum, guys, is at least like their costume. If you don't like anything about the character you've chosen to cosplay, you are not going to enjoy it and you're going to resent every second working on that cosplay. Find a character you love, connect with them, and that's the number 1 tip. Tip number 2, do your research. Not only research your character, the character's backstory, their mannerisms, their entire thing, that's important, but also research the materials you'll be using. Are you going to be commissioning some work? Are you going to be making some of it? How are you going to get this to come together? I get so many questions of people asking, where did you get this? Where did you get this? Where did you get this? It's half the journey is sourcing the cosplay, having 20 tabs open of eBay, Amazon. Ask some questions, but as soon as you start asking too much, it's taking away the journey from you. And that's part of cosplay, is sourcing and finding things for yourself. So keep that in mind and do your research. Research. Okay, next tip. Tip 3. Don't feel obliged to make your cosplay from scratch. There is quite a lot of elitism and toxicity in the community where people think you don't cosplay unless you make the entire thing from scratch. Please don't let that stop you from cosplaying. My first cosplay I bought from China and I dyed my hair by myself. It was a mess. It really was a bit of a mess and not the standards I cosplay today. I don't have much experience with 3D printing and prop making, so my friend Badge makes those things for me. I also have just started learning to sew, so for the things that are difficult with sewing, I go to my best friend Ellen. Don't be afraid to source from other people that are more experienced. You can learn on the way. If you are super dedicated, of course you can learn each and every single craft, but to learn makeup, hair, sewing, prop making, there is so much involved, and cosplayers do an entire movie team's worth of work individually. Tip number 4, social media. My biggest tip under the umbrella of social media is prepare yourself. Create a cosplay dedicated Facebook and Instagram page. Once you start going to conventions and meeting other cosplayers and photographers, people are going to want to connect with you. When I went to my first convention, I had no idea this was a thing. So people kept asking for my cosplay page. When you make a cosplay social media account, it's very important to name yourself. Not many people in the community go by their full name or their original name. I, for instance, go by Infamous. I started as Infamous Harley Quinn, I rebranded to Infamous by Laura, but my brand and name in cosplay world is Infamous. A lot of my friends go by different names as well, so Banshee, Badge, Miss Danny, Thor of Oz, Canary of Melbourne. You get the kind of idea. I personally would suggest to keep character names out of it. That was my biggest regret, is having Harley Quinn attached to my name, and that was hard to shift because I wanted to be open to cosplay other characters. You can put your first name in there, it is totally up to you, but in cosplay world it's nice to find a word that suits you and is in line with who you are. My other tips for social media is don't get sucked into bullying and the toxic side of the cosplay world. It is sad that we do have those problems, so when in doubt just block and delete. And number 1 tip is to be safe on social media. So be safe with what you post, who you talk to, who you decide to meet up outside of social media. It is so important when you go to meet a photographer or another cosplay friend that you meet in a public space and right place, right time. It's not okay to just randomly meet up with strangers one-on-one at their house or at a shooting studio, so please be safe with how you use social media. Number 5, don't be afraid to make cosplay friends. Once you start getting into cosplay and you start meeting other cosplayers, it's nice to have friends in the same community. You can talk about your favorite characters, you can talk about costume tips, photographers you enjoy working with, tips on posing, all these things come together. I'm not saying make connections, I'm just saying make friends, because that's what it's there for. It's a hobby where you can socialize and meet like-minded people. So make friends, have fun. Tip number 6, be careful with how much money you spend on cosplay. It is expensive. You can try to do cosplay on the cheap, but 90% of the time, if you want to cosplay at a high standard, you are going to have to be willing to spend a bit of money. Underneath this umbrella of a point, it would be safe to say that you need a part-time job or a full-time job. You need to be willing to invest your hard-earned money into this hobby. As you guys know, my part-time job is teaching trumpet to little kids. I have to be careful I don't spend too much. If you want to cosplay at a really high level, just be prepared to spend a bit. It goes without saying, but a $50 wig from eBay is not going to be anywhere near a movie accurate, high quality lace wig from the movies. You just cannot compare the two with prices. It's just, you get what you pay for. So be ready for that. Tip number 7. Don't expect everything to run smoothly. Every time you walk into a convention or you show off a new cosplay, there are so many variables that are going to affect what you perceive in your head, so to speak. You can't control social media, you can't control the weather on the day of the convention, you can't control if someone falls over your shoe and breaks your high heel. Happened to me. You just have to be prepared and don't expect everything to run smoothly and the way that you think it might go in your head. Tip number 8, don't worry about screen accuracy. Okay? Don't worry about it. Please don't feel like you have to cosplay screen accurately in order to do a good cosplay. You need your creative freedom. If there is something that is too difficult to source or it's not working, adapt. There are so many ways to adapt a cosplay. An example of this is when I first started cosplaying, I had no idea how to do special effects tattoos, and I would draw them on with ballpoint pen and eyeliner. It still worked. It wasn't screen accurate, but it still did the job. Adding on to this point is I get so many people saying they can't cosplay a character they love because they don't look like them. That is not the point. I cosplayed Harley Quinn because I loved the character, not because I thought I looked like her. Please don't let it stop you. It seriously doesn't matter what shape you are, what race you are, what freaking anything. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. As long as you're having fun, that is the biggest point I can make, and I'm just really passionate about it, guys. So, okay. Tip number 9, convention tips. This is another tip that has a lot of other little tips underneath it. Get up early. So many things can go wrong. Your makeup might not go the way you planned. You might have a costume malfunction. Just put aside a lot more time than you think you need so that you don't have to stress last minute in order to get there. You need to fit in breakfast before you go. You need to have energy. My biggest mistake going to my first ever convention and also other conventions is going by myself. Your safety is paramount. It doesn't matter how revealing or suggestive your cosplay is, you still need to make sure you are safe, and safety is within numbers. Plus, it makes it 10 times more fun because you're sharing this great experience with someone else and it's a good time. So why not? Go with a friend, go with your brother, go with your dad. You don't have to be cosplaying, just go with someone. Bring a bag of stuff. My bag of stuff includes tins of tuna and snacks, my wallet in case I need it, an umbrella, a little pencil case of repair things like super glue and safety pins, a light jacket or a cloak, and if you are wearing high heels, girls, you will thank me later, please bring just black flats or whatever flats go with the color of your outfit. you will have no regrets. With the bag of stuff, I sometimes carry it around with me or get my brother to help me carry it, or you can see if the convention has locker rooms, or if your friend isn't cosplaying, you could just be like, I'll buy you lunch if you carry my bag. It will make your life so much easier than if you had nothing at all and you go,
I needed that bag of stuff.
Another con tip, practice your posing. This is also kind of a research tip, but you want to see how your characters pose and their mannerisms in photos. For instance, a classic Harley one that I like to do is her baseball bat on the shoulder and like that, or the baseball bat behind here like this. Then you don't get stumped when you're asked for photos and you don't know what to do. I've been in that scenario when I did Catwoman for the first time and I went,
I did not research enough.
Then you can cycle through 3, 4, 5 poses without too much thinking, and that will make your life so much easier. Practice in front of the mirror, get a knack for it, and then you'll be more comfortable when the photo opportunities come along. We are up to the final tip. Tip 10, pew 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 pew, is, drum roll, have fun. Seriously, have fun. That is the number 10 tip for beginning cosplayers and cosplayers in general. If you're not having fun, you shouldn't be doing it. That was a bit harsh, but it kind of is true. Cosplay is a hobby, guys, and if you're not having a fun time, then perhaps it's not the right hobby for you. That is the number one reason we cosplay, is because we enjoy it. We have fun, we have a great time with friends, we meet new people, we get to be the characters we like, and it is healthy, fun, and just the best. If you end up not having fun at any point, make some changes, or if not, just find something else that makes you happy, because hobbies are meant to be happy, relaxing, and good outlets for you. That's it. We're done. They're the top 10 tips. We did it! Top 10 tips for beginner cosplayers. If there are any tips you think I missed, comment them below. I'm sure there are 500 more tips. Please share in the comments what you think important tips are. I hope this video helps a lot of you out there that are wanting to get into cosplay. So many of those things I seriously wish I knew when I first started. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Also, quick thing guys, I am going to be starting up a Patreon. Wow! So I can create more cosplays, more content, and get to know you guys a bit better. I will be launching that on the 1st of October and be doing some Halloween specials and some Catwoman cosplay. Whoa. Please don't feel obliged to sign up for my Patreon. It's only for the people that want to be a part of this other little community I'm creating, and yeah, just really excited and wanted to share that with you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got something from it, and I love you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I feel like Effie from Hunger Games Catching Fire. Oh my gosh. How good would that be for a cosplay? What? Hey guys, here, 10 tips for the beginner. Great. Hey everybody, welcome to another video by me, and I am framing the face. Framing the face, don't ask me what that was. Hello face, that's my face. Good job, good. Self 5, well done on having a face. Just get the video done, oh my god. Okay, here we go, and hey guys. Hey everybody, I didn't even look at the camera, okay. Shut up, Jack!
I'll stop now, okay.